everybody, and welcome back to Swaraj Playglow. 28th May is the 139th birthday anniversary of India's great nationalist and freedom fighter. He is a prolific writer, a philosopher, a great poet, a historian, a social worker, a lawyer, and an orator who devoted his entire life for India's independence movement. He is also known as Swatantryaveer or Veer. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Yes, I'm talking about Swatantryaveer Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. He was born on May 28, 1883 in Bhagur, Nashik, Maharashtra, a state in India. His father's name was Damodar Savarkar and his mother's name was Radhabai Savarkar. He had two brothers, Ganesh and Narayan Savarkar, and his one sister, Mahinabai Savarkar. His older brother, Ganesh Savarkar, also known as Baba Rao, played a strong influential role in his early years. He had his initial education at Shivaji School in Nashik. In his school days, he organized Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Utsav and Ganesh Utsav. In his early young life, he organized a group of youth called Mitra Mela, or Young Indian Society, to advocate nationalist ideas. This organization later developed into the Abhinav Bharat Society. While pursuing his BA degree from Fergusson College in Pune, he collected a pile of foreign goods and clothes and set up a bonfire. For this act, the British government withdrew his graduation degree for his involvement with India's independence movement. He later went to London to pursue his law studies. There, he involved himself with organizations such as India House and Free India Society. He also encouraged young Indian students to protest against the British rule in India. In 1910, he was arrested in London for his connections with the revolutionary group of the India House and was ordered to be extradited to India. On the voyage back to India, when the ship docked at Marseilles, France, he escaped by jumping into the ocean through a porthole, but was arrested as soon as he reached the shore. In 1911, he was sentenced to life sentences, that is 50 years, in the cellular prison of Andaman and Nicobar Island. This punishment is known as the Kalapani. This is one of the most notorious prisons in the world, as it subjected the prisoners to inhuman circumstances. After mercifitations and pressure from the Indian National Congress, he was finally brought back to India and moved to the Ratnagiri jail and then to the Yedwara jail. He was finally released in 1924 on strict conditions of not to leave Ratnagiri for 5 years and not to participate in politics. In Ratnagiri, he decided to work on the abolishment of untouchability. He formed the Ratnagiri Hindu Sabha to preserve ancient Indian culture and work towards the direction of social welfare. In 1964, he felt that his goal of independence was achieved and it was time to leave. So on February 1st, 1966, he started a hunger strike and passed away on February 26, 1966. Number 1. Veer Savarkar and Baba Rao Savarkar founded a secret society called Abhinav Bharat Society, and from this platform, he used to give speeches against British rule. Number 2. In London, he wrote a book on India's struggle of independence. The name of the book was The Indian War of Independence, 1857. This book attained a great popularity and influenced rising young Indians. So this book was banned by the British authorities. Number 3. Ne Mazasine Parata Matra Bhumila is a Marathi patriotic poem written by Veer Savarkar on the shore of Britain in England. This poem is one of the most passionately written patriotic poems of all the time. Number 4. There was a historic importance to Veer Savarkar's courageous jump into the ocean. This event made Indian slavery an issue of the discussion on international platform. Number 5. Conditions in the Andaman's prison were inhuman, and he tried to impact education to the illiterate convicts in jail. With Veer Savarkar's effort, a library was established in prison. Number 6. He wrote the poem on Andaman's prison wall with throne and nail and memorized 10,000 lines of his poetry for years. Number 7. The book Hindutva, Who is Hindu, was written in the Ratnagiri prison. Number 8. He was formulator of the Hindu philosophy, and he joined the Hindu Mahasabha to popularize the concept of Hindutva, and was also the president of the Hindu Mahasabha. Number 9. He wrote many books in English and Marathi consisting many essays, poetries and plays, and 2 novels. He wrote the book about his experience in Andaman's prison named Maji Janmate, My Life Term. 8 works of Savarkar were banned by the British government. Number 10. He popularized the slogan, Hinduize all politics and militarize Hindutva. Number 11. In 1970, the government of India issued a postage stamp in honor of Swatantryaveer Savarkar. Number 12. The airport at Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar's capital, was renamed Veer Savarkar International Airport in the year of 2002. Number 13. One of the commemorative blue plaque affixed on India House, fixed by the Historic Building and Monuments Commission for England reads, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, 1883 to 1996. Indian patriot and philosopher, lived here. I hope you all liked the information about India's great nationalist and freedom fighter, Swatantryaveer Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.